So do you think Santiago deserves to go to the Rock?
I think Mr. Lee just wanted to kick him out of his class.
You know, you might actually be right. I overheard Mr. Lee talking one day during passing period, and he had his door open a little bit, and I heard him saying something about having the code orange.
Code Orange?
Yeah, it's really weird. I didn't understand it, so...
Did you say that Santiago got sent to the Rock?
Dude, that sucks.
I don't know. I think Santiago's kind of a little punk.
I believe Santiago got what he deserved for crushing Mr. Lee, the greatest teacher of our time.
Yeah.
If you've been consorting with Santiago, I may have to report you to Mr. Lee.
Hey, did you hear that Santiago got sent to the Rock the other day?
Yeah, I heard about that. What happened with him?
Mr. Lee gave him 2 referrals in one day.
Whatever he does, he deserves it anyway.
He never really got any of his work done.
He's not the greatest when it comes to personality. At least he's getting proper discipline for his actions. It's a little something called karma.
Yeah, well, I'm glad he's gone. Couldn't stand him in his rebellious behavior.
Either way, he's gonna face the consequences.
Santiago was a substandard Westwood student. He was being transferred.
Not what you said, sir. You said he was in danger of failing your class.
That's correct.
You said he was in danger. I said grave danger. You said, is there any other kind? I can have the court reporter read back to you what you said.
I know what I said. You don't have to have it read back to me like I'm an idiot.
Why the 2 referrals?
Sometimes my teaching assistants take matters into their own hands.
No, sir. You made it clear just a moment ago that your teaching assistants never take matters into their own hands. They follow your orders, or the students go to the Rock. So Santiago shouldn't have been in any sort of trouble, should he, Mr. Lee?
You snotty little punk.
Your Honor, I would like to move for a recess.
I'd like an answer to the question, Judge. If Kendrick gave an order that Santiago should not have been touched, then why did he have to be sent to the Rock? Mr. Lee, Kendrick gave the code orange because that's what you told him to do.
Objection.
And when it went bad, you cut these guys loose. You coursed the registrar. You doctored the grade reports. Did you order the code orange, Mr. Lee?
You don't have to answer that question.
I'll answer the question. You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth. Son, we live in a world that's run by men and women with superior education. Who do you think's going to teach those men and women? Who's going to do it? You? You, Mr. Johnson? I have a responsibility greater than you can possibly fathom. You weep for Santiago. You curse Westwood High School. You have that luxury. You have the luxury of not knowing what I know. That Santiago's transfer to the Rock, while tragic, probably preserved Westwood's reputation. And my existence, while grotesque and incomprehensible to you, was necessary. You don't really want the truth, because in places deep inside that you don't talk about at parties, you want me in that classroom. You need me in that classroom. We use words like code, honor, integrity. We use these words as the backbone of an educational system designed to produce students who will go on to the finest universities in this country. You use it as a punchline. I have neither the time nor the inclination to explain myself to a man who sleeps and rises under the blanket of the very education that I provide and then questions the manner in which I provide it. I would rather you just say thank you and go on your way. Otherwise, I suggest that you take up a marker and stand before the whiteboard. Either way, I don't give a hoot as to what you think you're entitled to.
Did you order the code orange?
I did my job.
Did you order the code orange?
You bet your sweet bippy I did.
The members of the court will retire to an anteroom to further discussion.
What the heck is this? Judge, what's going on? I did my job, I'd do it again. I'm getting in my car and going back to my campus.
Mr. Lee, you had the right to remain silent.
I'm being charged with a crime? Is that what this is? I'm being charged with a crime? That's what's wrong with the educational system in this country.
Santiago's coming back to school.
Really? And Mr. Lee? Did they fire him?
I don't think so. I think they're just gonna let him retire, is all.
I don't know about all that Santiago mess, but Mr. Lee was nice to me.
Yeah, some of us will miss him. Me and one of them.
Goodbye, Mr. Lee. Congratulations.
Bye, Mr. Lee. We're gonna miss you. Can't believe you're leaving us. Enjoy.
Goodbye, Mr. Lee. Goodbye, Mr. Lee. We're gonna miss you around here. It's not gonna be the same without you.